We're going to be going over variables today. So to create a variable, we're going to put local before the variable. And then we can name this variable anything we want. So let's just come up with something random. We'll name it cupcake. And cupcake's going to equal, we can have it equal a string. And what a string is, just a word or really anything that's in quotes. That's what a string is. It's just in quotes, quote marks. And it can be anything that's in these quote marks. We can have numbers in these quote marks. We can have a name in these quote marks, or a link in these quote marks. But we're just going to have, this is my cupcake string variable. And so now what we can do is we can just print out cupcake. And so let's just run that to see what happens. And we get in the console here, we get this is my cupcake string variable. Okay, so now what we can do is we can use this string later on in our script. So let's say if we have a function and we're going to say print my string, and we're just going to pass in string, and then we're going to say print string. Now if we call this function, so print my string cupcake, because we're passing in our cupcake variable. And so what's going to happen here is it's taking our cupcake variable in this function we just made, and it's going to print it. Okay, so let's run it again. And now as you can see, we get this is my cupcake string variable. And we can also have numbers too. We can have a string be a number. We can have a string be 2 plus 2. We can have strings be logic, if we were to get that far. But let's say cupcake equals 2 plus 2. So let's print out cupcake now and see what it prints out. It prints out 4 because 2 plus 2 equals 4. So let's say we have a string called monkey equals 2. We have a string called cupcake equals 5. And then we have a function print both strings. And then we have S1, S2. And now we're going to say print S1 plus S2. Now we're going to call this function print both strings, and we're going to pass in monkey, and we're going to pass in cupcake. And now let's see what happens. And we get 7. So it prints out 7 because monkey equals 2 and cupcake equals 5. So variables really are just bits of information that we're giving a name to so that we can use that later on in our script.